GPT interviews.
Picture this, a scene we've all likely encountered at some point. You walk into your kitchen, perhaps expecting a peaceful moment or a quick snack, but instead, you spot the tragic remains of your once delicious sandwich scattered across the floor. A culinary crime scene, if you will. Your dog, Bartholomew, is in the corner, seemingly trying to blend in with the shadows. He's avoiding your gaze, ears are down, and his tail is tucked firmly between his legs. The picture of canine contrition. He looks like the guiltiest creature alive, a furry embodiment of regret. We instantly assume he feels shame, a deep understanding of his wrongdoing, just like we would in his place. It's a natural human reaction. But is that really what's happening beneath that adorable yet seemingly remorseful exterior? We're experts at reading human emotions, interpreting subtle cues and expressions, so we often project those same interpretations onto our dogs. A lowered head? We see it as a sign of shame, a visible display of remorse. Averted eyes? We interpret it as guilt, an inability to face the consequences of their actions. But what if Bartholomew's guilty look isn't about the sandwich at all? What if we're misinterpreting the signals? Dogs are masters at reading us, picking up on our every nuance, not necessarily pondering their own misdeeds in a human-like way. They notice our tone of voice, the subtle shifts in our posture, even our scent, the subtle chemical signals we release when we're upset or stressed. That look of guilt? It's not necessarily an admission of guilt in the human sense. It's more likely a reaction to your mood, a learned response to your displeasure. Bartholomew isn't necessarily thinking about the delicious sandwich he devoured. He's primarily thinking about you and your current emotional state. Your reaction, your happiness or anger is his world, the barometer by which he navigates his environment. The guilty look is just the starting point, the first clue in our investigation into the complex world of canine cognition. What's really going on in that furry head? What are the true motivations behind his behavior? Let's dig deeper and explore the fascinating science behind how dogs perceive the world around them. So what is that guilty look? It's actually an appeasement gesture. Dogs speak for please don't be mad. Lowered head, tucked tail, averted gaze. These are classic signs of submission, not confession. In the wild, dogs use these signals to avoid conflict with higher-ranking pack members. When you scold your dog, he's not reflecting on his actions. He's responding to your anger in the moment. Experiments show even innocent dogs look guilty if their owners act upset. The look isn't about the crime, it's about your reaction. Your dog is reading you, not reliving his misdeed. He's trying to restore peace, not admit guilt. It's a survival tactic that works. On us. The guilty look is really a conversation, not a confession. To truly feel shame, a complex emotion, you need a certain level of self-awareness. It requires the ability to reflect on your own actions and understand their impact, and a developed understanding of right and wrong, a moral compass, if you will. Dogs certainly experience basic emotions: joy, that unbridled happiness, fear, a primal instinct for survival, excitement, that boundless energy and enthusiasm. But shame, with its layers of introspection, is a complex secondary emotion that may be beyond their cognitive reach. For dogs, life is often about the present moment, the here and now. The roast beef smells irresistibly good, so they eat it without hesitation. That's it. End of story. They don't ponder morality, the rightness or wrongness of their actions, or wallow in regret. When you get angry later, perhaps discovering the missing roast beef, they connect your mood, your visible displeasure, to the current situation, the atmosphere in the room, not to their past action, the delicious roast beef they devoured hours ago. Punishing a dog after the fact, after a significant delay, just confuses them, creating a disconnect between action and consequence. They don't link your anger, your raised voice and stern expression, to what they did hours ago, the seemingly forgotten act of enjoying a tasty treat. All they learn, through repeated experiences, is that sometimes, when you come home, you're scary, unpredictable, and a source of potential threat. This can create anxiety, a persistent state of unease, not a true understanding of wrongdoing. Dogs live in the now. Their world is immediate and sensory. Their brains are wired for immediate experiences, for processing what's happening right in front of them. The guilty look, that cowering posture and averted gaze, is about your mood, your current emotional state, not their memory, not a conscious recollection of a past misdeed. Understanding this fundamental difference in how dogs perceive time and consequence changes how we respond to their behavior, allowing for more effective and compassionate training. Science is increasingly revealing that dogs have rich and complex emotional lives. It's a fascinating field of study that helps us understand our canine companions on a deeper level. However, it's important to remember that while they experience a wide range of feelings, their emotions aren't exactly the same as ours. There are nuances and differences in how they perceive and process the world around them. Cutting-edge fMRI studies provide incredible insights, revealing that their brains light up with activity when we offer praise. In fact, the reward center in their brain shows even more activity for our praise than it does for food. This highlights the profound impact we have on their emotional well-being. Their bond with us is undeniably real and incredibly powerful, shaping their behavior and motivations. Dogs are highly motivated to keep us happy and maintain our approval. It's deeply ingrained in their nature. That seemingly guilty look we often see is actually a way for them to repair the social bond and alleviate any perceived tension. When it comes to memory, dogs primarily remember associations, linking actions and events together, rather than recalling specific past events in detail. Because of this, they don't dwell on past misdeeds or hold on to grudges. Instead, they react primarily to what's happening in the present moment, focusing on immediate cues and signals. So, when they look guilty next to that chewed shoe, they're responding to the evidence and, more importantly, to your reaction. They aren't reliving the act of chewing, they're reacting to your current emotional state and body language. This difference in emotional processing doesn't make them any less special or diminish their capacity for love and connection. In fact, it makes them uniquely adapted to live alongside us, understanding and responding to our needs in remarkable ways. Their guilt is really a form of social communication, a complex interplay of body language and learned responses. It's essentially a plea for harmony, a way of saying, let's make things right. Understanding this nuanced perspective only deepens our appreciation for these incredible animals and their unique way of experiencing the world. They're emotional experts in their own way, masters of reading our cues and navigating the complexities of our shared lives. So what should you do? Become a better translator. Don't see a confession. See a sensitive dog reacting to your mood. Focus on positive reinforcement, not punishment. Set your dog up for success. Dog-proof your home. Reward good behavior. Pay attention to subtle signs of stress, like yawning or lip licking. Step in before stress escalates. Be your dog's advocate and build trust. Love your dog for who they are, not furry children, but amazing animals with their own way of seeing the world. Let go of the idea of shame and embrace the deep connection you share. Their guilty look is proof of their devotion, not their moral failing.
More questions, more answers. GPT interviews.